A new class is introduced to the Oklahoma Christian curriculum.
Students of Uvalde return to school.
And the women's volleyball team is 6-2.
All this and more coming right up on Eagle Angle.
Hello, and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast live from Oklahoma Christian University. I'm Joe Luckett.
I'm Hannah Stover.
Last Friday, a special dedication was held for the opening of the new Sunrise Plaza. Sunrise Plaza is dedicated to Oklahoma Christian alumni Bob and Lynn Rowley. Mr. Bob Rowley retired from Oklahoma Christian in 2015 after 44 years of service. The plaza celebrates and honors the impact that both Rob and Lynn Rowley have made on the Oklahoma Christian community.
There's a new Bible class on campus with a unique format and familiar topics. Zachariah Parsons got a chance to talk to Dr. Bass and Baird about the new unique class.
Foundations Intro to the Good Life is one of the newest classes that has been added to the Oklahoma Christian Bible curriculum.
So the idea is that the Foundations class lays a foundation for students, not only for further Bible study, which we believe that it does, but also foundation for all of the work that they're doing at a Christian university.
Foundations is kind of what it sounds like. It's teaching students to think about, what do I believe? How did I come to my beliefs? What do other people believe?
With Foundations being one of the largest classes on campus, it has adapted a unique format.
It is a new format. It's something that we're trying out. So we were asked if it was possible to have all the students together in one big class.
The reason that it's a talk show is that it's 350 students, and we're trying to keep everything moving.
We really wanted to capture their attention and keep their attention. There's so many things competing for attention.
I really like the interviews. I think those have been super valuable. I like the idea of other faculty, from engineering and from nursing and from science and from computers. I like the idea of other faculty coming in here and being a significant contributing part of a freshman Bible class.
Foundations may be a new class, but its curriculum can be recognizable to some Oklahoma Christian students.
Well, what we found as we've been teaching that class is students would get to their senior year and they really like capstone, many of them, and they would say, why are we just now learning about some of these things? We're seniors and we're just now hearing this for the first time. So we thought, well, why don't we introduce it freshman year? We still have our capstone class. We'll come back to some of these questions. But we want to move a lot of what was in capstone up and begin their college career with the big questions and set them up to start finding answers. And then essentially we check back in senior year.
We got, enough comments piling up to say, this is good material. I'm glad I know it now. I wish I had known it when I started my college career.
It's a different approach. In a sense, before when we started with Life of Christ Matthew, we're essentially saying, here's the answers. But a lot of students were coming to OC, especially from different backgrounds, and they didn't know what the answers were for. You're telling me the story of Jesus, but I don't know what to do with this. This class is really part one of a two-part freshman experience, and the second part is the story of Scripture.
Both Dr. Bass and Baird have also made sure to craft the curriculum so that any incoming student from a non-Christian background doesn't feel excluded.
I would say that we do want all students, whether they're Christian or not, to be more Christ-like. Christ loved the world to the extent that he gave his life for the world. So what I hope to cultivate in all OC students, whatever their faith, is I want them to leave OC loving the world more, loving their neighbor more, having a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in their life. And I really think this class gives more language, more opportunities for students from all the backgrounds they're coming from to be able to do that.
I'm Zachariah Parsons, reporting for Eagle Angle.
Trucks full of bottled water are headed to Jackson, Mississippi, where recent flooding caused a water crisis. The city's water treatment facility malfunctioned and water pressure dropped. Thousands of Jackson residents went days without enough water to even flush their toilets. In Cook County, Illinois, a 3-day event was held over the holiday weekend to collect water for the people of Jackson.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has signed an executive proclamation for a 7-year-old boy, the state's corn ambassador. Tariq, or the Corn Kid as he is known, became viral video sensation for his clips in which he enthusiastically declares his love of corn. Over the weekend, he accepted an invite to South Dakota's Corn Palace. As Tariq's fame grows, he even is catching the attention of celebrities including Martha Stewart and Kevin Bacon. Fast food chains are also taking notice. Last month, Chipotle posted a promotional video featuring Tariq on social media.
It's back to school for the students in the Uvalde School District. More than 100 days since the shooting at Robb Elementary killed 21 people. This past Tuesday is the first time many of the survivors will be setting foot inside classrooms since that violent attack back in May. Since then, the school district has fired its police chief and announced new safety measures planned for this school year. Gloria Pazmino is in Uvalde, Texas, where months of preparation by school staff will be put to the test.
I can still hear the gunshots. It was very terrifying and traumatizing for me.
A somber back to school in Uvalde. More than 3 months since the shooting at Robb Elementary in Texas left 19 students and 2 teachers dead, children and staff in the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District returning to class Tuesday. A new school year unlike any other, marked by grief, heartache, but also hope.
I'm just nervous, that's it. So I'm just trying to do for his behalf and be there supporting him.
The Robb Elementary campus has shut down permanently since the attack. Former students now spread out at other nearby elementaries, while some have opted for virtual learning and others have left the school district completely.
Went and talked to my son and I told him, that they're going to have more cops, they're going to have higher fencing, and he wasn't having it.
Despite heightened security, safety precautions, and months of preparation, families who already lost one child in the massacre worry about sending another child back to school.
This is something that terrorizes you daily and nightly. I close my eyes, all I see is my son. I hear the gunshots.
And for those heading back to campus, support is pouring in many ways. K9 comfort dogs are on campuses to make the somber day a little easier. In Uvalde, Texas, I'm Gloria Pazmino.
A small company in Stillwater, Oklahoma is helping NASA launch its Artemis 1 project. Frontier Electronic Systems is a 40-year-old company that makes electronics for the U.S. Department of Defense and NASA, like engine fuel displays for F-18 fighter jets and radar equipment for the U.S. Navy. The company is helping NASA in its massive moon exploration project by manufacturing electrical components required for the mission. However, the Artemis 1 launch set to take astronauts around the moon has been scrubbed a couple of times due to an engine leak. The Frontier Electronic Systems program manager Daryl Smith said he believes they will have it figured out and launch sometime in October.
Edmond Fire Department has issued a fireworks alert for September 9th. There will be a fireworks display at Edmond Memorial High School starting at 9 p.m. and will last 30 minutes. Residents within 1 mile of the display will be notified of the display via Edmond's public alerting system.
A Willard police officer helped save a newborn who stopped breathing. He was the first to arrive at the scene. Elizabeth Van Meter sat down with the family and the officer during their reunion today to hear what happened.
If you see Sergeant Steve Pretty on the street, you may notice some really nice things about him.
He's soft-spoken, kind, gentle.
But if you look at the details, you might notice a little more.
If they're a discerning observer, they would see the gnarled brow, the scar tissue in his eyebrows. They would see his cauliflowered ears.
Pretty used to be a fighter. That was years ago, even though some signs still remain. Those who have seen him say he was good.
And it turns out he's pretty good at saving babies, too.
I get the call for a woman in labor, and the fire department and the ambulance were en route.
Sergeant Pretty says the call was close, right across from the police station. The dispatcher said the baby was delivered, and he needed to get there quick.
I pulled up on scene. They told me that the baby wasn't breathing, and the mother had started CPR.
Sergeant Pretty was the first to arrive. His first thought,
I need to go help the mother do CPR and try to help the baby.
He got there. The baby was blue. Using this tiny CPR mask, began to administer CPR to the baby. Pretty says he still wasn't breathing on his own and asked if the parents had anything to clear his airways. They did.
When the baby was breathing on his own and I was able to hand the baby to his mother, that was much relief.
If it wasn't for him and the other guys that showed up that were there, I definitely it could have went a lot worse than it did.
Today at 3 weeks old, baby Asher is thriving.
He's a happy little man.
Surrounded by people who care about him a lot.
Because he's little and I like him.
including a new cut man watching over his back.
Yeah.
Pretty isn't all about all this attention, though he appreciates it. He and others also want to give recognition to the mother's quick thinking.
My fiance Taylor, she definitely inspired me as much as Purdy did, as calm as she was during the whole thing. And
a team effort to make sure baby Asher has a fighting chance.
Oklahoma Christian Homecoming Philanthropy is aiming to raise $5,000 for the Oklahoma Christian Counseling Center. The money from the project will be used to update the center, purchase new furniture, and fund a mural painted by Oklahoma Christian students.
The Department of Family Science is now raising money for the Down Syndrome Association of the Central Oklahoma by selling the Team Buggy Joe shirts. Each shirt costs $10, and all proceeds will go to the Down Syndrome Association in Josiah Kern's name. This is the 10th year selling Team Buggy Joe shirts. If you are interested in purchasing Team Buggy Joe shirts, Psi Epsilon will be selling the shirts from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Student Center until this Friday.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer with the address on the screen. We're going to take a quick break.
When we come back, Tyler Hale will have your Eagle Angle weather report.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
You care for the house, the kids, and our future. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's save a little more now so we can create the retirement we want. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need. Visit asiaretirement.org/Shiro.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm Tyler Hale here to bring you your Eagle Angle weather report. So today's temperatures is 92 degrees outside. It feels like 93, so it's going to be a hot day today. And in the surrounding area, it's going to be, for the most part, in your low 90s. Miami's lucking out, and that being that 85, while Guyman, unfortunately, has the bad luck of being 96. Now for tonight's temperatures. It's going to be cooling off quite a bit to being 73 degrees. A little bit of wind with a 55% chance of humidity. So it's going to be cooling off for those nighttime activities. And for our weekend, Friday's going to be sunny and hot. Saturday's going to be mostly sunny, hopefully giving you a little breeze. And Sunday, definitely cooling off for that chance of rain. And finally, here's your 5-day forecast. The beginning of your week's going to be in the low 90s, while your weekend's going to be cooling off with a 79 degrees temperatures on Sunday, and hopefully keeping that low temperature being a little higher than Sunday, but being perfectly fine for Monday morning traffic. And that's all for your Eagle Angle weather report. When we come back, we'll have Kanisha Senap and the Entertainment Corner to bring you the latest.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Nobody likes an awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm Kanisha Sanap and welcome to the Entertainment Corner. Kanye West has always been an outspoken individual, more recently about the tensions between him and the company Adidas. After a failed Yeezy day for sneakerheads, multiple Yeezy shoes apparently being released without Ye's approval, among many other things, West has been very vocal on social media about the matter. West has since gone on to develop a series of demands for Adidas if they are to continue working together, including but not limited to termination of their current contract, Adidas paying Ye $2 billion, and the ownership and operation of the Yeezy brand from now on. We'll see where this goes, but either way, Kanye has made his stance clear. A star's health is a usually overlooked part of their lives from us people outside looking in. But The Weeknd and Justin Bieber have no problem taking matters into their own hands. The Weeknd just recently had to end a show because of the loss of his voice during a performance. Although visibly distraught and remorseful, he did go on to announce to the audience that they will receive full refunds. Bieber suspended his tour for mental health issues, following the health crisis he confronted this past year as he was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. It isn't too surprising that he did. We wish these two megastars the best. Fantasy fans received not one, but 2 gems this past week as the series version of The Lord of the Rings and prequel series House of Dragons hit streaming services. As both shows are being taken in, many fans are left wanting more. Although some critics are not too high on either show, they have both respectively been successful so far in their own rights. Only time can tell which series will go down as the better, but until then, you can stream House of Dragons on HBO Max and Lord of the Rings on Amazon Prime. Today in entertainment news, a sneak peek at a new movie starring 2 Oscar winners and a preview of a series that brings new meaning to the word extreme. Here's David Danielle with the Hollywood Minute.
Sometimes kids say bad words about the black kids. Who's that? Somebody from my old school. Did they ever come to your house?
What'd you do when that happens?
Bob Obviously nothing, of course.
You think that's smart? Here's your first look at Armageddon Time, inspired by writer-director James Gray's childhood in 1980s Queens, New York. Anne Hathaway, Jeremy Strong, Banks Rapetta, Jalen Webb, and Anthony Hopkins star in the drama, which opens in select theaters October 28th and in wide release November 11th.
Pushing through the physical barriers can be transformative. But pushing through the mental barriers is a transcendent experience.
Edge of the Unknown with Jimmy Chin follows elite adventure athletes as they push the limits of what human beings can do. The show premiered Monday on Nat Geo and debuts today on Disney+. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all for today's Entertainment Corner. Here's Joe Luckett, who has your Eagle-Angled Sports Report.
Thanks, Kanisha. The Oklahoma Christian volleyball team has done it again. This past weekend, they finished the Eagle Classic with a 3-1 win-loss record. The Eagles swept both of their matches against Southeastern Oklahoma State and Emporia State on Friday. But they split their matches Saturday with a thrilling 3-2 win against Southern Nazarene and a 3-1 loss to Central Oklahoma. This weekend, the Oklahoma Christian volleyball team will be in Austin, Texas, taking on Eastern New Mexico, Texas A&M, and St. Edwards. The Oklahoma Christian men's soccer team record is currently 4-0. This is the best start that the team has had in the NCAA. The men's soccer team picked up their fourth victory against Southern Nazarene in a close 2-1 match. The men's soccer team will be in Claremore, Oklahoma tonight, taking on Rogers State. Then, on Saturday, they'll go toe-to-toe with Harding on Eagle Soccer Field around 3. The Oklahoma Christian women's soccer team had an interesting Labor Day this past Monday, as they picked up a 0-0 tie against Rockhurst Hawks at Eagle Soccer Field. Both were able to keep a strong defense as the high temperature affected both teams. The women's soccer team will be in Ada, Oklahoma tomorrow night, taking on East Central. Then, on Saturday, they will be playing Southwestern Oklahoma State in Weatherford, Oklahoma. Monday was an incredible moment for tennis player Frances Tiafoe. The 24-year-old from Maryland became the youngest American man to get this far in the U.S. Open since Andy Roddick back in 2006. Tiafoe doesn't have the typical upbringing for a professional tennis player. Son of immigrants, he used to sleep in a room at a Maryland tennis center where his dad worked in maintenance. Now, at age 24, he has beaten Rafael Nadal to reach the quarterfinals at the U.S. Open, matching his best result in a major. And that's all for your Eagle Sports Report. When we come back after the break, Hannah Stover will be back with our feel-good story of the week.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Roll over. Chance high five.
All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
and... I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Yeah, Sam, Elmo.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
You are loved. You are valued.
You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
They are only teenagers, and already they've created a product to help treat Parkinson's syndrome. Caroline Patrick talks to two best friends who spent the last 2 years inventing a one-of-a-kind walker.
Are childhood best friends, neighbors, and classmates here at Chantilly High School in Fairfax County.
And we met through preschool, and then she actually moved into our neighborhood like a few years after that. Yeah. So we've just been best friends after that.
And are eyeing Georgia Tech as a possibility of entering college together.
Hopefully.
But perhaps their biggest passion they share is caring for seniors, and especially those with Parkinson's disease.
And it kind of sparked with my great-grandmother. She had paralysis on one side of her body. So it was extremely difficult for her to do simple tasks like walking.
One of the main things that we were trying to focus on was to make sure that our walker was completely simple to use and that it was easy for them to understand how to use it.
Making a big impact for people who have mobility issues. They spent the last 2 years designing the automatic walker and testing it on patients in local facilities.
Once we had this idea, we were really surprised to see that there was nothing in the market like this. We asked multiple Parkinson's patients as well as physicians if our product really made sense or if it would help in the field. And it actually gave us very good results, and we got really good feedback from them.
Now they're hoping to get a patent on it and get it on the market.
That's all for today. We'll see you back here next week to bring you the latest.
Thanks for tuning into Eagle Angle, where it's your campus,
your news.
Good night.